Who's this Jimmy?
Lewis.
Who are you talking about? Jimmy Witherspoon?
Nobody knew who he was.
Lewis.
Jimmy.
Who's this Jimmy?
Lewis.
Jimmy.
Who's this Jimmy?
Jimmy
Who's
Lewis.
this Jimmy?
Lewis.
Who's this Jimmy?
just kept on doing.
Gentlemen, screw something up before we get started. Okay. Live from Pahrump, Nevada, the Valley of the Dirt People, it's Tech Talk, Taco Tuesday, with your hosts, Jimmy Lewis and Logan Tyler.
You really had to do the nose blowing live on the
I didn't know we
microphone
were going live.
before we were going live. Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, episode number, I'm going to say 238 or 239. I forgot to check before we started the show, but this is the show where we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle-related products. And guess what? Logan is actually here in studio.
Grown up Logan.
Yeah. So, what you're kind of like my racing. I race once a year. You show up on Tech Talk once a year, even though you're prominently featured in the introduction every time where I have to explain when we go live. I say, Logan's not here.
Happens.
Yeah, it happens. Like life gets in the way. Well, you used to just be a Pahrump Valley of the Dirt People kid.
Yep.
And you could just kind of shoot over here after school, help us do this show, and then just skedaddle back home because you sure as hell weren't doing your homework. No. But grown up now, out of school.
Yep.
Doorman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a jet ski guy, maybe more than dirt bikes. I don't know.
Not really, but
not really. Yeah, on that mic you got to talk. You got to talk to that mic a little bit better, I think. I don't know. How's the sound, everybody? Let us know how the sound's doing. It is New Year's Eve, by the way. You may not know this, or you might know this because you're just sitting in front of your screen and this shit pops up, and you're like, "What am I going to do to waste time until that damn thing turns midnight and then I can actually just go to bed?" But you can ask motorcycle and motorcycle product related questions. You can talk to us. We are the #1 rated motorcycle podcast on New Year's Eve right now. I know this.
Yeah.
I've checked the ratings. But also Jimmy Tyler.
Hey.
Yeah, so there's two Jimmys. You can get rid of the Santa Claus. That Christmas is over, bud.
Last week.
That's so last week. And tonight we have a large selection of tequila we can choose from if we need to. But we're mostly here. And we're going to do a Rooster Endo tonight. We've got a Rooster Endo. The reason you're out here, Logan, is why?
riding.
We
riding
went
dirt bikes.
We went riding dirt bikes tonight. Yeah, today. That was good times, mostly. We did have an issue. We had to sort some technical problems.
Yeah, we ran through the whole checklist of what to figure out in the middle of a canyon in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. So we'll go over that for sure. Talk a little bit about that. But of course, this show would not be possible without the sponsors that I haven't sent out their new contracts to. Let me tell you who our sponsors are.
Yakamoto? What was that?
Yamaha. Yamaha. Yamaha, Takamoto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Bulletproof Designs, and, of course, Double Take Mirrors. You can always support the show by clicking through our Amazon link. So when you want to buy something that we talk about, like the stuff you didn't get for Christmas, like you want to get a big screen TV or something else that's really expensive, like a small tractor, or maybe you're going to get a pool because you're thinking about the summer and you want to get one of those little pools you can get on Amazon. You click through our link before you do that, and of course, it helps out this show. Of course, we also have a partnership with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. So there's a click-through link on our website. You go to support Dirt Bike Test, click down, hit that, and then buy all your things. What are you buying at Rocky Mountain besides your brand new GasGas?
I got oil filters.
Did you click through the link on Dirt Bike Test?
I completely forgot about it because it was the first time I've ordered something off Rocky Mountain in a year.
Forgot about it. Yeah. Johnny MD REI says, "Is Ryan Seacrest on this show?" I don't know.
Who's that?
Who's
Is
that?
Me? I don't know.
Is he popular?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard the name
Idol
before.
guy or something.
Okay, Johnny. He's not on this show. He might be. We could have a special guest. We can check. We'll have Jimmy go find Ryan Seacrest. Sawyer Llewellyn says, "What am I going to do wrong with the first top end I've done on my 23 XCW? Logan, can you translate
Is that
for
a
me?
two-stroke
So I
or a
don't think
four-stroke?
he's done it yet, but there is a picture of a bike as his profile picture.
Okay.
So if we could somehow see it, we might be able to tell what.
Is he
What's
talking about a two-stroke or a four-stroke?
XCW, yeah, I know. So
I think
Sawyer,
two-stroke.
little could be,
There's no F on it, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Little more info. So Sawyer, this is how this works here. My ESP telepathy stuff is turned off tonight because it's New Year's, so I can't just magically know what your bike you're working on and all this stuff. But 23XCW, that narrows it down.
Well, let's just say it's a two-stroke. What's the biggest mistake people make?
Working on them.
Getting the old wrenches out.
Yeah, generally the biggest mistake happens from the last thing you actually did on your bike. But you tell me a little bit more about it. Like here's what
I think he's got it. Oh,
you-
TPI
300.
two-stroke.
Okay, yeah. So your make model. So it always helps. So we got 23 300 make. It's KTM TPI 2-stroke. So it's good. How many hours are on it? That's a good question to ask before you go and make mistakes. And Coop says his
Coop.
3 favorites in one podcast. Yeah, your life really sucks if this is your favorite.
Yeah, you love Coop. Coop's a good guy.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize in advance for you having to watch this show. Anybody, by the way. Okay, so back to Sawyer's question. How many hours on it, Sawyer? If it's a 23, I'm going to guess. Let's see. Like, it's 65 hours.
No, but he's asking what he's going to be his first top end he's ever done.
Well, I want to see the hours before I start
Maybe
going
he
off
shouldn't
on
even
them.
do it. Yeah.
I'm-
There's the thing there with them 300 TPIs. But maybe don't need to do it.
Those are the ones that the Pistons were made out of clay. You didn't hear about
None of
that?
mine are, but
like
I
if
got
you,
two of them, and they're not clay.
if you read the internet, it says
No.
that they're made out of clay. 97 hours on original top end. Okay, good. So that's now we have all the information that we need. Other than like how hard was it ridden and what kind of modifications were done. Is it if it's just all stock, you're fine. I mean, I would say. I would put the high end before I would even be concerned at like 150 hours.
Yeah, that's what I do mine.
At 100 hours, if you're kind of hard on, or you've had you've overheated it, or you've maybe a little dirt maybe got by the filter or something, and it's made some noises. 100 hours. At 50 hours, I'm not even concerned. And so he's dropped 5 psi, so he's talking about a compression test, and probably 10 hours ago. So at 100 hours is where you're going to start feeling, if you're pretty in tune to it, in my opinion, you're going to start feeling some power loss. And the easiest way that I've ever known to check it is pull the exhaust pipe off, shoot a light up there, and look at your blow by and your piston rings. Yeah. The compression tests tend to vary, and I've seen whether you do them hot or cold, you get a different reading. And not only hot or cold on the bike, how hot or cold is the air? Yeah. Different things like this. When I used to do compression tests back when I had a KX80, so this is 35 years ago. Because we used to, because 2-strokes, they would just break. Because they were just 2-strokes, right?
Yeah.
My dad was just like only 4-strokes, and the 2-strokes are high maintenance race bikes. So we used to do compression tests, and they're kind of like, I do it the same all the time, and it was semi-consistent, but it was to the point where I could actually tell. It got to the point where I could tell when that top end was going bad. And this is a 2-stroke A that I was riding the piss out of, and I could feel it starting to lose power, but because I would take the pipe off all the time, and I'd always look up in the cylinder, I started learning what blow by looked like on piston rings and stuff like this. So, yeah. So let's see. I've only got. Let's see. Don't. It's different people here. You want to read that? What does don't say?
I only got 60 hours on my 23 XCW and have been reading about crappy pistons. Now I'm wondering if I should change it.
Okay, so the clay
this the clay piston
the
we're
clay
talking
piston
about?
thing is a joke. Okay, just let me be 100% totally clear. Here, wait. One of these is a KTM 300 piston. Hold on. That's a Beta 300. This is a KTM. This is the one we rode with me, you, and Cooper, or me and
This
and,
one when you melted
TJ.
with TJ?
yeah, TJ. Yeah, that's the TJ melt piston. So, so
So, well,
we have a
there's
lot of
a little blow by on this. Why don't you explain it?
okay. So
I mean, there's obviously some scarring. That's a different deal.
that's a different deal. So no, the pistons are not made of clay. No, there are not piston problems with any of the bikes that I've seen. And if there are, it's generally 100% related to the owner of the vehicle. Let me say that one more time. If people are having problems with their KTMs, it's, I want to say 98% related to the owner of the vehicle and the modifications and different things that they've done, or the way that they've treated it, or the last thing they worked on. So this is a KTM 300 piston that ran out of oil on a road, going what, 45, 50 miles an hour
Yeah, at
down the road.
least, yeah.
You were there.
Smooth road.
Yeah, but so as you look, this isn't a good example. This is probably a better example of blow-by. This is a 60 or 70 hour. So this is a 60 or 70 hour Beta piston, and I think I can go to the. Hold on a second. I've got the emergency cam here. Let me move the tequilas out of the way, and get so we can get a close up here on this piston. So this is a hard 60 or 70 hour piston, and you can kind of see that, you know, you have the rings, and then this is what we call, like, you would call blow by. It's kind of hard to see, but because the piston's all kind of black, but there's a significant amount of blow by on this piston,
Yeah, yeah.
and these rings are a little bit worn out. So that, you know, and when you look at them, if you look at the KTM one here, it's a little bit closer. I'm going to turn it to the side where you can kind of see how this one is burnt between the rings and then below the rings, and then this one is not. And that's blow by. Mm-hmm. And so that was my kind of indicator when I was you know, racing, and I wanted to know when I needed to replace stuff, when I had to pay for it. Again, there's always that when I had to pay for it. I would pay attention to that kind of stuff, and you could kind of start correlating, like, okay, I'm starting to see blow by, I'm feeling a little bit less power, maybe it's a little less throttle response, or a lot of times on two strokes back when you had to kickstart them, they didn't start as quickly. You know, instead of on the first kick, it was 3 kicks.
Yeah.
And little things,
Harder to tell.
little
on
things
fuel
like
injection and stuff like that.
like this. So and it really doesn't have to do with the hours. It kind of has to do with all of the circumstances. But, you know, getting 100 hours or 150 hours is not unheard of. I've heard of guys going 300. My 300 currently has 60 or 70 hours on it, and I'm starting to hear a little bit. It's sound in it, and so there's also sound, and so there's a little bit of slap in mine, and so I'm starting to think it hasn't. I want to do it. I want to do a live top end on that show that I do that today in the shop that I'm working on getting done.
So have you ever made a mistake putting together a 2-stroke motor? If so, what was it?
Have I made a mistake?
I did one.
In all the years. I'm trying to think. I've had a circlip come out.
I was going to say I've had a circlip come out. And my answer to Sawyer would be quadruple check how well you got the circlips in.
Yeah, be good with the
That
circlip.
would be the one mistake that is kind of easy to make.
Yeah,
on the wrist pin, you got to really shove it up against
I don't
one.
I don't think I did it. I don't think I did it wrong.
And now
it had a lot.
My eyes are so bad now. I have to use I have to feel it.
It had a lot of time. Mine had a lot of time on it before the circlip came out. So it was on a 125, and so who knows what was wrong with that one. But See, I've never put a piston in backwards. Seen some friends do that.
That happens.
I've never put the rings in upside down. I've seen other
I don't
people
know
do
what
that.
happened if you do that, but
It can kind of grind the cylinder.
okay.
We
got the easy clips. Those are smart.
Yeah.
That's
So, let's see, what does Sawyer say there about his motor behavior, Logan?
Motor behavior has definitely started to change. I flooded and hydrolocked it today, so I figured it might be a good idea to get it done. Have the parts sitting on the shelf.
Okay. So,
he's going. He's doing it. He's
yeah,
ready.
well,
he's
I
ready.
mean, yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
bad idea to do it, but I tell
It
you
might
what.
be snowing where he lives. It's time to
Yeah,
time to play with
if you
your dirt bike.
if you flooded and hydrolocked it today, here's make sure that after you got it uncleaned out and stuff, you ran it for a while to get it hot enough to get that moisture out of the motor. Because even if you do a top end, if that moisture is still down on the bottom end is where it's going to cause all the damage and stuff like that. Run that thing, especially before, because a lot of times when you get water in it, it usually brings some dirt and other stuff in there with it. Like, run it for a little while. After you clean it out, run it for a while to get the water out. You're never going to get the dirt that came in there out of there, but go ahead and run that so that the moisture doesn't do more damage than it's, I don't want to say already done. My 300, the one that I'm talking about, it's been hydrolocked before.
Has it?
Rode into a beaver dam. It just kept getting deeper and deeper. And I thought, no, I'll be fine. And I wasn't. So, yeah. At 100 hours, you're not going to feel bad. It's not going to hurt. You got the parts. You're not going to hurt anything. Do it, yeah. And what other things? Measure
How about base gaskets?
Measure the base gaskets. If you're happy with how it's running, put in the same thickness that you're pulling out. Or a combination of the thicknesses to make that thickness.
It's okay to run multiple, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple
Those are things
gases
that
are
people
just
don't know.
clean everything. I don't know if there's any other things like so. Sometimes like if I want a little bit more snap, I'll take a little bit of gasket out. Get a little more. Give it a little more compression. Or if I feel like I want to mellow it out.
I just did mine, and I took too much. I don't have enough base gasket in mine. I just did it.
A little less on the base gasket.
I need to add one in there or something.
Let's see. Jimmy says the whole bottle tonight, no holding back. Well, of what? Which one? we got a big. See, the camera angles are just strategically positioned so that you can't see what we got going on here. Yeah. What other mistakes would you make? Okay, so yeah, he rode 45 minutes after he hydrolocked it. So good. Yeah, you're fine.
How about any power valve linkages are all don't drop anything on the little clip on the power valve.
Yeah, careful with the clip on the power. Well,
Don't drop that down to the
23.
bottom end.
He's got the electronic power valve. Have you done one of those yet?
No.
Oh,
I've
bitchin'.
not.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can actually index it with the You don't really have to do anything.
I thought he
if
said
you're
TPI. Don't the TPIs have?
what
But
was
either way.
what was
Either
his?
way.
It was a 23.
Yeah, 23
Right.
TPI.
So the
Yeah.
That's a TBI, isn't it?
TBI has the electronic.
Or is
I
it
think.
is it 24 the first year that was?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he's still got the clip. That's right. Can't keep these too many changes.
Yeah,
Can't
that's a
keep
lot
them all
going
straight.
on
Okay.
there. No, I haven't done an electronic one though, but
Yeah, Joe. Happy New Year's to you two wheelers as well. So yeah, just bolt no electronic power valve. So yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah, just careful with that sucker. I don't even when I usually do my top ends, I hardly if the power valve's clean and the 2-stroke oils these days are so good, I hardly ever have to do much with it.
Yeah.
I don't.
I still take them apart and clean them. But
Oh, you do?
yeah,
Okay, why?
I don't know because I'm in there. It's on the bench.
Right.
And you're right though.
If
I flick it and I go, God, it moves
It's-
beautifully.
it-
It's ugly, but it moves good.
Yeah.
It's black oil and stuff.
I mean, look at the piston. These
And then-
pistons are uncleaned. The pistons we have here, like this is an uncleaned piston. That's the way it came out of both of these. Here's the beta, and same thing. There's hardly any. We scratched at it, but there's no carbon, and the power valves looked. Power valves looked exactly the same.
yeah,
The stuff is good, and
yeah.
and we're doing, I would call it very mixed. You know, we're doing some kind of like slow first gear trail riding, technical lugging stuff. But both these bikes are oil injected, so it's not like I'm overdoing it. But yeah, that's the only. I wouldn't take the power valve apart unless it's again. Remember, like you know where the problems come in.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So hey,
Yeah,
today's
I'm not gonna argue that.
show would not be possible without Climb.
The
Yeah.
power valve's probably more work than the cylinder getting on and off there, maybe.
Yeah, when you have to time it, time it to
There's
put it back
timing
in.
and stuff, yeah.
I gotta do my I gotta do my Climb plug because I'm wearing this super comfy Climb flannel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
rocking
you got a
that
Climb beanie thingamajigger
thing.
on your
Climb
head.
helmet.
I think it's out of your helmet. That's the windsock out of your helmet.
No, it's just
You know what's so. I was super comfortable today because I was using layers. I wore a Climb 1.0 underlayer, and now I've got the Climb 3.0 underlay on right now because it's cold.
Right.
So I'm like layered up using my layers.
you need to swap a little more. You burn up some energy, and you don't have to worry about all the layers.
Not using any energy, just trying to keep my heat in because it was a little chilly today. So if you want to be comfortable in your ride, check out Climb's underlayers stuff. Really good, and then windstopper gloves. That's game changing. Because now the temperature's down and people are like, well, how are you comfortable when you ride? Especially when it starts out super cold in the morning and you're going to get warm in the middle of the day. And then when the sun goes down, which didn't happen to us, which is kind of strange.
I know, yeah, we got back before dark.
Before dark.
One of us had a headlight is all, I think. Oh, two of you guys did.
I had a headlight.
You
Yeah,
two did.
they were. But they weren't. They were both factory headlights, so I don't think they were gonna be.
The Yamaha
Very
factory
nice.
headlight's not bad.
Mine is not good.
Yeah, KTM and
Mine's
brands are famous for
very
sending
pretty.
the light up into outer space.
Yeah.
So if you just use the layering system and then you're comfortable. So thanks. Go to climb.com to check out whatever you need for your stuff. And Joe's checking you out. He says Logan's getting his man bod.
That's what Heather said today.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Heather said that. Hey, Heather.
Heather.
Come here. Your presence is requested. So.
Yeah, he's all grown up now.
And Ron says, Happy New Year from Alabama. Thank you. Happy New Year's from
Cheers.
Valley of the
Happy
Dirt
New Year's
People.
all.
Prum. So it's 7. So it's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. So you can't. Nobody's had their New Year's yet.
In New York?
No.
No, they're
No,
only
math
at 10:30.
Bad math.
Don't. What does don't say?
Don't.
Love the Climb stuff, but it's pricey.
Well,
Absolutely lasts forever, though.
here's the thing. It's like when you're getting good stuff because it's not cheap. It's not super inexpensive, but it lasts, and that's the
It does last for a long time.
it lasts for a long time, and they're really good about
Especially when
warranty.
you weather good
So yeah, Heather, come on over here. I got you can hop in there. Jimmy's gonna surrender his seat for a minute.
Okay.
I'd like to welcome to the show one and only my wife, Heather Lewis,
Hello,
live
everyone.
on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
Hello.
How you doing? You're with Logan Tyler, who you said is growing into his man bod.
Yes.
Do I need to be concerned about you checking out his man bod?
No, not at all.
No. Okay, good. How was the ride? How was the ride today? Oh wait, you want to explain yourself?
No, it's fine.
Because usually people tell me I cut off my guests. So, how was your ride today?
It was good.
It was good. It was good. It
It
was.
was rocky and bouncy, and
It
I
was a
out of
struggle.
balance. Yeah,
Okay. What bike did you ride?
I rode a blue bike.
Heather rode the blue bike. This show is brought to you by Yamaha, by
Yes,
the way.
Yamaha.
Yamaha, proud sponsor of
Yeah.
Tech Talk Taco Tuesday and Dirt Bike Test. What did you think of your bike today?
The bike has so much power, and it's abrupt, and so every time I gave it gas, it would knock me out of balance. And so I know I was out of balance, and then the rocks would knock me even more out of balance. So I think I fell like six times.
Because why?
Because my husband didn't fix my
No,
didn't
no,
fix my
no. The
what
bike.
do you call
Go.
it? What do you call that?
The app.
Engine maps.
The map.
The map helped.
Yeah, my husband finally figured out the map.
Hey, look. So
It's not his fault.
I put a nice comfy seat on your
You were
blue
so
blue
sweet.
bike. I put a comfy seat, bigger
Comfy
tank,
seat, bigger
a bigger
tank.
tank, and a
And that's why I felt bad about complaining about it because like
okay.
I
But
just-
so what's wrong with the handling?
me.
Oh, you.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were gonna. You can complain about the bike.
The bike was uncomfortable for me today because I do not ride it well. That bike does not work for me.
Because it's got too much power.
It's too
which
much
means
power.
too much throttle response.
The throttle response is not a bad power.
Okay,
It's
so
just I don't like that type of delivery of power.
Okay, you can leave now because you said bad things about our sponsor.
I did not say bad things about the sponsor. I said bad things about myself.
Oh, about yourself.
Yes.
Okay. You said that the blue one wasn't that good.
No, I did not say that.
Okay. Would you? You said you were out of balance.
I said I was out of balance.
Okay.
But that bike has character that makes
Character.
me out of balance.
It has a bad character for you.
No, for me, it does not work.
Okay. Don't say bad things about our sponsors because we're trying to keep
Sorry.
everybody in. Heather's sorry as usual. Whoop. Breaking the microphones, breaking the show.
Look, I even fall the mic over.
And we got a cat. We got a cat on the show
We got
now.
a cat
Yeah.
on the show. Look
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Selma's saying hi. Say
Selma
hi.
took over the
Say
show.
hi, Selma. Say hi.
Okay, we have a cat, by the way. Okay, well, back to the regular
Say
thing.
meow.
Sawyer says thanks for input. Yeah, thanks Sawyer for asking those questions. Blue bike in the Boulder mine. Is that what they?
Yes.
So you want to ride the orange one next time?
I'll ride the orange one.
Oh, what a traitor! How are we ever going to get sponsors with people like you? She sponsors me 100%, so it's all pretty good.
I think Sawyer's got that top end, though. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
You're good.
Hey, Brian Birch, Happy New Year's, Brian. Brian Birch, this guy had let us do flat track races and mini bike races at his place out in California. We used to do SoCal XRs.
Oh, really?
Oh, so cool. He actually not cool. It was like Heather actually hurt her back really bad once there. I had to take her to the hospital after that place. She was like, she had to lay down on the floor on the way. Hey, dude, you're not the star of the show, so get out of here. Quit drooling all over my desk. Yep, out of here. There you go. Okay, took care of that problem. Got rid of my wife, got rid of my cat, and back to the show. Flying Brian says, Jimmy, slow down and help your wife for a happy life. I rode her bike up one rock ledge and then turned it over to everybody else.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a Heather ride. This is the thing is,
it never works that way. No.
yeah, well, the trails just kept getting better and
You know,
better.
I noticed your little thing you do whenever you know it's getting too bad. It's like you wait just till she gets there, and then boom, you go. So you don't get to hear it. Did you notice that?
Well, no, it's
Yeah,
not that,
you
You gave her one decent break, and that was it.
And then you know it's coming because you know it's been way more than maybe she wanted. And then the second she gets there, boom, you're gone. And it's like I have no choice.
I know where her ability level is.
I know you do.
and
and it's good. It's
And
amazing actually.
yeah, and, you know, but the reason I take off is because the dust.
Yep.
What
Yep.
are you gonna tell yourself?
Yeah, what is Joe trying to tell me? I'm getting marriage advice here.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have done the last guy to get
Let her
back.
win. Oh yeah.
I tried to give her a factory bike,
Yeah.
and she wasn't happy with it. So I did. She wins.
Yeah,
She's gonna,
she's still
now she's happy. She
She had a good day though.
good day. Yeah,
it
she
was a
rode
good
gnarly
day.
stuff,
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly stuff.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
and I didn't know that she fell over 6 times. So that was news to me. I did one
Did you?
Yeah, he had a good one. I saw it. It was
did
it was a
too.
weird one.
like a cat.
Yeah,
I
I
used.
just kind of saw no bike and just Jimmy.
It was
starting to
so we were
lay
in a
over.
sand wash, and the side of the sand wash was undercut, and it in the we would say the hill kind of all fell apart and crumbled down. So it was that pile of stuff, and I decided to ride right into it, and I went into it. And it was kind of like puffy, but it was puffy, and then it got hard, and it caught the bike, and it just chucked me off the damn bike belly flop. Hey, it's New Year's, so celebrating here with some
Cheers.
New Year's stuff. What else were we going to talk about? It's always the dust.
Yeah.
So, what have you been doing, Logan? What the fans want to know. They ask about you all the time.
For the last week, I've really only ridden dirt bikes, so pretty pumped about that.
Because you just bought a
24 GasGas 450 EC.
EC 450.
because evidently that whole company is completely going out of business.
Yeah, why would you?
And they're never going to make any parts for those things again, so they're selling them at prices that cannot be beat. Is that what's going on? Again, just rumors. I wouldn't worry about that company going out of business.
I wouldn't either.
I think there's plenty.
Obviously wasn't, because I just bought a brand new one.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of parts. And but you called me the other day while I was on my deathbed. Do you know what I got for Christmas? You know what my wife got me for Christmas? She got my Christmas present back in October. The flu.
The
Yeah.
flu.
I got the flu. Yeah, so Logan calls me and he's like, "What did you ask?" He asked, "What about the GasGas we had?"
So, somebody posted on their Bike Test's Instagram saying,
We have an Instagram?
yes.
Okay. We should call the guy that's in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably on his way. He's probably a couple deep right now, that guy.
Like, the photos got posted the 2 days after I got the bike, and it's the exact same bike. And I was like, oh, it was a long test, so I'm assuming that it was going to be Jimmy, but turns out I think it was Trevor.
It was a
that
long
got
text or test?
test.
Test.
Yeah. So it was a long, like they're going to have it for a year.
Durability
Oh,
test.
long-term test.
Long-term.
test.
Oh, I didn't see.
So I just went straight to you're going to get it. But
got it.
But-
I'm gonna get it.
yeah, it was kind of your
Well, right
like
now
to
we're
figure it out.
working on kind of a 450 FX, off-road comparison. So like your bike, your bike's like XCW, and I don't know. I should probably try to call and clarify with the guy who knows about this stuff. We can get maybe some inside info, but he's been collecting those kind of bikes.
yeah.
He's
So we
got
can- So we can do a thing. So you were looking for the inside super top secret setups?
Yes. Basically, I just wanted to know a little bit extra that a journalist would know.
A journalist would know.
Yep.
A rider.
So you trust the stuff that we would tell you.
Yeah.
Why?
Wholehearted. I don't know. Just because you picked me out at a young age and
A rally
you
navigator
brainwashed me
wants
to
to know,
believe you.
should I pack my shit? That's Mike Shirley.
That's Shirley.
Yeah, because we're going to Mexico. Yeah, you should just be ready to go at any moment. Kind of like this show. It's ready to go at any moment.
We've been working all day on getting ready for it.
Yeah. I didn't do anything to get ready for Mexico today. I got to change some tires. I got to put some mooses together. Whew,
My vacation.
in your vacation. No, we're gonna go do something next week
Yeah.
for a couple days. So yeah, after next weekend, I think you should pack your shit. So, part it out. What were we supposed to part out? Your GasGas.
Yeah.
Since it's not worth anything anymore, since
Yep.
the company's
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
get
the
it,
company's
get it,
getting
yeah,
parted
yeah,
out.
because they're folding.
okay.
okay. So another thing we want to talk about is the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
February 1st, the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame in fabulous Las Vegas on Fremont Street. They're going to induct. Actually, they made Malcolm Smith the main
Yeah.
inductee.
Saw that.
Which is pretty cool. And it's an awesome event. You get to bench race with some of the very iconic people that are already inducted, will be inducted into the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. It's at a go-kart racing facility, which is one more reason to go, because you can try. Well, no, you have to be an inductee. They only let inductees and members of the Hall of Fame race in the go-kart race. Last year we had a random guy. That rando guy just showed up. I don't know if you
On that night, not anybody.
yeah,
can ride him?
somehow nobody knew who he was, but somehow he faked his way into getting into the races. And then he complained because a couple of the guys nerfed him.
Was he just a drunk guy on the Fremont or what?
We don't know where he came from. He might have been a guest. But, so yeah, come to the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame February 1st. There's also the Meekum auction. So if you want to buy actually, it's not even vintage bikes. It's all kinds of motorcycle stuff there.
A lot of cool, not street bikes, dirt bikes, blah, blah, blah.
So it's in collaboration with that. And the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame's main thing is to give the heart shoes to people in need. So they raise money to do this. So always kind of good to support Gene Woods and his thing. And
Cool dude.
Yeah, so super fun night. And if you want to hang out and talk to motorcycle legends from a lot of different disciplines, dirt bikes, flat track, speedway, all that kind of stuff. Basically, if it's tires on the dirt, they're all about it. So kind of check that out.
Fun deal. Fun night.
And what was the next thing? Oh, we were going to talk about our little problem on the trail today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we can do that. It was.
You run through the diagnosis here, Jimmy. You explain.
Oh, okay.
What
Yeah,
went
I
on.
know. I was impressed with how we got there, and though we didn't really get there. But yeah, what should I say? What it really was first, or it just the down a technical rock section on a 4-stroke Beta 390 bike, just stalled basically, and it backfired when it stalled. It was a really technical section, wasn't me. Anyhow, so it wouldn't start, right? And then we ran through, took the tank off of it.
Well, I walked back up, and he's like, it backfired. That's the first thing he said, right,
Yeah.
Link? He goes, it backfired. No, don't start. And then I go, well, here, pushing the button. He's like, the battery's no good. So
Which was a weird side note.
Yeah, the battery's no good. And then it's like, well, he's like, what did you tell me? Don't do it too much because it might not start, or
Don't give any gas.
don't give it any gas.
And then if you crank it,
Yeah, so
it'll kill the battery.
so dead beta. And then I knew that you had some experience with this bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know it's not the epitome of proper maintenance and well cared for. It's ridden hard and put away wet, and then again.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. So that's where. So I cranked on it a couple times, and I worked the throttle a couple times. I'm just trying to see, and there's no sound, no popping, no nothing. It just cranks over, and then kind of goes, and then goes dead. And then you push it again, then there's nothing, and you wait 30 seconds, and you push it, and then there's battery again, which is kind of weird. But I'm like, is this normal? What did you tell me when I said, is this normal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, I took the seat off, and I reached and I grabbed the battery, which you could pick up and you could lift it like 3 or 4 inches up, and meaning it was not strapped down and bounced around. I said, "Oh, this isn't good," because I've seen where batteries, when they vibrate around and bounce around like that, it breaks a cell, and then you get intermittent voltages and spikes and things like this, and this plays havoc with ECUs and fuel pumps and this stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I don't know about this, but I checked the connections to make sure it's good, and pushed it, and it cranked, and then it kind of didn't crank, and it kind of cranked, and then we started wiggling wires, and then that's when you walked up and take it from there.
Well, what did I do? I don't remember.
Kill switch.
Oh, we went to the kill
Yeah,
switch, thinking
yeah.
maybe it was grounding out.
So it would never popped.
Yeah.
It never made a pop, so I'm like, okay, it's electrical. Good God, where's the spark plug in this thing? Oh, it's way down in the middle of the cylinder head.
Unfindable.
Yeah. And then I was
Spine
poking
frame,
my
so.
fingers around in there, but just wiggling wires and checking wires, because there's a lot of wires. There's a whole roll of wire. If we needed some wire, there's a whole roll of wire wrapped up sitting on top of your air filter.
Maybe it was there. I don't know.
Yeah, in case you need it.
Was that the toe strap? We could tell off that roll of wire?
Right. So we start jiggling stuff. Disconnected the upside down sensor.
Yep. That was
Disconnected that, plugged it back in, checked
then-
to see if anything changed. Nothing changed.
bypassed the kill switch.
Okay, so then we went to like, okay, there's no spark. First thing I always check is kill switch. They have a.
That's good advice right there.
Yeah. So no spark, and there's no pop, no spark. Go to electrical kill switch. Well, the kill switch had been Mickey Mouse. Remember, it's still Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to this. This is a day of you're gonna learn something from this story. So we took it, and it was hard. It was like kind of connected, and it was halfway connected, but sort of connected. So we just cut the kill switch out.
Yeah.
Took it out. Checked, nothing. Okay, it still seemed like spark issue. So we said, let's take the tank. No. Because we went to spark right away. So we knew we needed to take the tank off. So we took the tank off. And we didn't even check. Yeah, so we went spark first. So we pulled the spark plug cap off, stuck a socket in it, because we couldn't get the spark plug, and checked for spark. And man, there was a good spark.
Yeah, great spark.
Good spark. Okay, got spark. Not worried about this now. So now it's fuel delivery. Luckily, we could get to the fuel injector. So we actually pulled the fuel injector out, hooked the tank back up, and had the fuel injector out and watched it squirt. We were getting fuel.
Nice vapor, all that, everything.
Fuck, that's all the things for you have, and it had compression. The bike had compression.
Yeah, it has a Kickstarter.
Yeah, when
So
we
you
tried,
could-
we tried kicking it while we were pushing on the Kickstarter or on the button. We checked all the things, and I had a jump pack also, so we were able to get, even though the battery was acting funny, we were able to get good power through the thing. So we checked all the things. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And so fuel, spark, compression, all the things, we put it all back together. Tried it again. Well, we're towing it out. So foot peg to foot peg, for what, 5 miles down to Sand Wash?
Pretty rough.
Our buddy Link here is strong as an ox.
Yeah, buddy. He's the strongest dude I know.
And we were there's enough wire for a tow rope, says Joe. Yeah. Why does Joe know about this bike?
I don't
Does he know what
Joe.
you got wrapped up inside that?
No, I don't think so. I don't know, Joe.
Anyhow, so we towed that thing out, and luckily it was downhill. That was the saving grace, that we were kind of going down.
It was still
Sand Wash.
pretty rough and tight, though.
It was tight, and there was a lot of bushes to be run into, and
Lots of rocks.
lots of things. A couple tangles up in the wheel.
Actually,
The
even
tow-
a couple little teeny waterfalls, right? Maybe, yeah.
Yep. So we got it out to a point where then we could get out of the Sand Wash, and I'm like, hey, let's at least try to bump start it again.
This is good. This is really good.
You never know. Maybe something vibrated and whatever it was took.
We're
So-
still like 25 miles from home, so it's worth.
Yeah, it was worth
Trying.
at least trying. And so we were at a place where we kind of we were able to tow it out in some flat desert. Towed it, and then it started,
Oh, did it ever start?
and it went like the throttle was wide open. And of course, its throttle. How did you stall? How did you get it stopped the first time?
It was in.
It was in a tall
third.
gear.
I got it down to first because I wanted to keep it running and kind of clean it out.
Yeah.
And then when it wouldn't die, I just put it in like fifth, and then the
So,
back brake would
okay.
actually, it didn't have
Enough power to pull
torque
through it.
to power through the
So
rear
it
brake.
started, and it went to like half throttle and just revved up.
And instantly became the bike, the tow bike now.
Yeah,
it's no longer the bike being
was
towed.
yeah, I thought he was going to kill me because it passed me. But this is the first time it started. But he was able to get it shut off, when it was doing that. But it was like half throttle. I'm like, that's so, like, what the hell? And I'm like trying to, tell him to twist the throttle or whatever. But when we got it stalled, I'm like, well, okay, it runs. Now we got to figure out what it is. Couldn't, figure it out. And then there wasn't a good place to start it again. So we towed it for a little bit longer. Again, no kill button. We cut the kill button
We cut
off.
the kill button off of it.
So then we bump started it again, and it does the same thing. And now, it's revved, way revved up. And we're like, what the hell? And he's like, trying to stall it, and he's passing me because I'm towing bike, and he's gonna yank me off my
He's
bike
gonna
because he's
drag
gonna
you.
drag me. Finally got it stopped. I'm just pulling the clutch, just relaxed, even though the motor's going wide open.
Oh, she was
Just
straight.
relax. So I reach up behind the kill. I actually tore the number plate off the bike because I wasn't going to pull a wrench out. I just ripped the number plate off, went and found the wires that I previously
Is that how you
cut.
guys shut it off?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh, so
hold,
that was-
I'm like, hold the kill button. Like, you know, I'm yelling at an elevated level because.
Oh yeah, because this thing is on the rev limiter
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah,
I was a long ways away, and I just heard it sound like
Yeah.
a supercross race going off.
so I grabbed the wires and I grounded them out on the frame and he held the button and it shut the sucker off. And like,
gotcha.
and then because it'd been going like it was probably 20 or 30 seconds. Yeah, wide open.
Oh, she was warm.
There's a lot of smoke
Yeah.
coming out. But I'm like going, that's way too much smoke coming out. It shouldn't just because it got hot. Well, then we saw the culprit. Then we knew what it was. That backfire, the first thing he told me, the backfire had caused the throttle body to get blown back out of the intake boot, and it wasn't seated in. It looked good because it was all square in there. It looked good, but it had blown it out of a. And this is news to me. The Beta has a fixed clamp. You can't on one side of that intake boot. It's like a pinch clamp, and so it had popped out of the pinch clamp. So there was our problem. That's why the bike didn't run. So we wedged the car or the throttle body back into the cylinder head. Bike started right up, ran perfect the rest of the day. Yeah. You need to frame that thing. You know what a frame is? When you
need to frame
the motorcycle. It means everything comes apart, and then you can take that bundle of wire that you have that's new and nothing, and you can, when you're framing it, you find the things that are missing, like the strap that's supposed to be holding your battery, and then you put a real clamp on the thing on the throttle body, and all those other wires that are just randomly running around that we're like, what does this go to? And it's like, I don't know. Figure out where that goes to, because I think one of them's your fuel level indicator. And I saw the connection for those two, but they weren't connected. So, but anyhow, that's how you diagnose a problem. You know,
It was a pretty cool way you got to the bottom of
spark,
it. Even though
fuel compression. Okay,
we
why
had,
is it all
at
here?
some point, before we towed it, we finally given up and goes, we feel like it skipped a tooth on the timing chain. And that math worked, and that's obviously way more than you're going to fix in a Canyon.
Yeah. At that point, we thought maybe when it done that backfire.
Yeah.
And because you said it was bad. You said it was a bad backfire.
Yeah, I went to, I got started and I just went to take off and let the clutch out
Yep.
and boom, just backfired.
Yeah. And it was a bad backfire because it actually popped the throttle body out. It made a different noise. It probably sounded a little more mechanical. And so we were quizzing him like, oh, God, I've never seen these bikes jump I've seen bikes with bad cam chain tensioners jump but never just do it randomly. And so I thought, well, maybe this is that time. So, but I was wrong, and then we were right, and then it worked. And now we're all good. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
What happened to the Beta top end video? Says Chris K. I probably took it down. Would Chris? Did you saw it live? Because I think we just did it live, and then it is no longer viewable because it was a test. It was testing some stuff, or maybe I just did some really bad things and I'm trying to hide from it. So hopefully somebody screenshotted
Didn't like
it.
your hair that day, so
Yeah, I didn't like my hair that day. So that's it. Okay, Joe knows. That's what Joe says. So that was our story for today. I'm gonna try to. You got any other news that you want to dish out there, Trevor? Logan. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Trevor here.
yeah, he's got a couple questions about your bike.
Yeah.
Well, they're mostly for him, but I mean,
Okay.
Well, Jimmy, I bet, what does Quick Shift do on that thing?
To voicemail.
Oh.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
This
At the
is
tone,
what I
Just
get
put
all
his
the
phone
time.
number out on the
when you have
internet.
finished
Yeah.
recording,
That'll.
hang up.
this person out
Yeah,
there.
not available. Like he knows on Tuesday nights he just shuts his phone off is what he does because he's gonna get questions. It's like this is the problem when you're a dedicated service member to the motorcycle community.
Right.
Yeah, you're dedicated to the craft and you're here. This is my penance. I'm giving back. Okay, so I'll answer the questions that Trevor should have answered for you.
Okay.
I'll use
Why can't I connect my dirt bike to the GasGas app? So you can connect the motocross and the enduro bikes.
Oh,
There's
wonder.
a quick button that just like I put in the VIN for
Uh-huh.
it, and unfindable vehicle. Then I went to just like narrow down the bikes. Put in the year. The only bikes that are applicable with it are the motocross and the enduro, while I have a cross country bike.
Right.
So
I wonder if your bike is like a EPA, like a compliant bike. It's a since
Could be.
And so here's the thing: if a bike, and this isn't just California green sticker stuff, which bleeds into a lot of other bikes. So if a bike comes with a headlight and a taillight, it also has to come with a muffler that meets the sound requirements. So it has to have a spark arrestor, and it has to meet federal sound requirements as well. And so a lot of times if there's an app or something like that, they can't let you do that because they would have to certify every single one of those different apps. So if it's like a KTM XCW or the Husky ones that are just like the dual sport ones, when they make the ones that are the ones that you can get a green sticker or Forest Service, they have Forest Service mufflers and stuff on them. When they are a US EPA certified off-road bike, you can't monkey with anything at that point.
Which it's not so much as the app really doesn't do what the Yamaha app does.
Right.
It's more, I think the only thing you can change in the motor are the preset modes for soft and hard. I think those are the only two maps you can change.
On a stock EXC,
Yes.
you don't have a map switch.
No.
It's the same reason.
None of the GasGas come with them.
Yeah, even though it may actually be built in there, the fact that you can't access it the way that the bike is sold, I think that's the normal thing. But yeah, again, somebody might know more specific about that sort of thing. But when there is even like Suzuki back when they had RMXs, they come all corked up and stuff like that. You couldn't, you're not allowed to change that stuff. And like Suzuki, there was a wire, and then even old Yamahas, there was a wire you could clip, the gray wire, I think they used to call it. You could clip the gray wire and it would activate, and whether it was a map switch, and you just can't. This is the reason you can't do it. I'm sure there's a way to do it.
Yeah,
absolutely, there's a way to do it. And Trevor should probably know this, but he won't. He's communicate with us. He's hanging out. He's probably 3 sheets to the wind because he's not a professional when it comes to responding to this show and when he's partying with his buddies. He sent me a video the other night, and I'm like, he was doing a shot ski. You ever seen a shot ski?
Yeah.
I'm like, Trevor, you're not a snowboarder or a skier. What the hell are you doing that? That's not the way you be a professional motorcycle racer.
So, shot skis are fun though. I've done them.
Hey, you can come on this show. Yeah. Speaking of that, we should have some
shot skis.
Some shot skis, yeah. Oh, I'm getting my New Year's Eve Christmas cupcakes or whatever they are going here. So, yeah, Chris. Sorry that the beta top end video is gone. I think there might be some clips, or if you know how to dive deep into the dark sides of the thing. So, Logan, it used to be the only time you talked is when I was busy drinking.
Yes.
Well, I don't have anything to drink right now, so I'm pretty sure that let's work up to that one. Let's start with the Don Cayo. What do you think? The Don Cayo. What is it? Reposado or Anejo?
Anejo.
That's Anejo. Extra Anejo. Oh, that stuff's pricey.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, no, that's good. We'll start with that. You can just do it. We'll do a little.
You want it in a big glass or what? Or you want your little one? There's one over there by your right hand.
Okay, yeah, we can just do these. This is a Hall of Fame glass. Not everybody.
Everybody gets those.
Not everybody
right?
gets these. Yeah, not everybody.
Well,
Okay, so if you have any other questions, feel free to let us know. I'm going to go into the dirt bike test questions on YouTube. And guess what? Chris K. Evidently, the Beta 300 rebuild live is still on the websites because what? That's where you jump in.
He said
Brody
Brody said junk bikes on this channel.
Junk bikes on this channel. Brody. Yeah. But then we have a Beta 300 RR versus Race Edition, which is better.
What did he call a junk bike? What was it? A KTM, wasn't it? If I
He
remember.
says junk bikes on this
Beta
channel.
300.
He's talking about the whole thing. So evidently that live video, you know, if I go here, I can go here. Good morning.
See what Brody 169.
I'm trying to find the.
Somebody
actually
already took Brody 69. I promise you.
Details. Let me see if I can get the file of this. Here we go. Here, cop.
Good Lord, that's good.
No, actually, here.
Still
the
water around
tequila.
here? I'll get that in a
Cop.
few minutes. I'm gonna
Okay,
go ahead
now
and
I
throw
need
the
to go
tank back on.
About 3 things. I don't want it.
You should just be able to go to the other.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. Watch.
Yeah.
Look at what a good service
Pachow.
person I am right there.
Enhance.
See, Chris is probably already gone by now. He's abandoned us because we can't help him. But there it is. I wanted to delete it, but I didn't. So where are we at with this questions? Okay. Go back one more thing. And so the Classic Motorcycle channel says what?
Good video to the Beta 300 RR versus the Beta 300 Race Edition.
And then what is...
I love that video. That's good.
What does
Good
MJR1348 say about our KLX 300 versus CRF 300 video?
Great video. Great vid. Thank you. I had a 21 300L and a 24 KLX 300 for one summer. Both great fun bikes, but I kept the KLX and sold the 300L.
I'm going to just click it. I'm just going to click an automated AI response for him. Yeah, that's so
That
nice.
is straight up AI or whatever.
We're all about having fun on these bikes. That's so awesome. Yeah. What does Daniel Vasquez want to know about our CD Crossfire 3 boot review?
He wears a 9.5 in Nike shoes and ordered the CD in 48. 43.
Are your eyes that bad?
Is
The lights,
the lights
hard?
up top are kind of.
Oh, blinding you. Okay. Just
He got
checking.
the 9 to 9.5 CD. However, there is a lot of space in the toe box area. I ordered a 8.5, and I will see how the fit goes.
So that's really, really strange.
I was gonna say I can't wear CDs because the toe box is
Yeah,
too
most
small.
people, and we talk about this in the video, most people can't wear the CDs because the toe box is actually small in comparison to normal. I actually run, I think I run a 45, and I would normally run a 44, but I run a 45 to give me the additional space inside the toe. They are working on this, and they know about this.
For
And
us duck flippered Americans.
yeah, fat big old duck feet that we have. So yeah. What does C Trot 4824 want to know about our 24 25 KX450 Megabomb header test?
What is the intro music?
I don't know. You know, I'll tell you what. All that did was got us a copyright violation.
Yeah, got us dinged.
No, yeah, it got us dinged. I'll tell you, that's what half the time I can't even play commercials on the show anymore because sometimes the commercials come in. They have like that. The company has the opportunity to use the thing. So I mean, even when I do this, you can't hear that right now, but I just threw out a noise when I make this. Yeah, wah, yeah. If I do that, I'll get a copyright violation for that. I just did it. I don't care. So, because we're killing it here. If you guys keep shopping through the Rocky Mountain ATV and Amazon links, I don't have to worry about the copyright violations. This video cannot be monetized. What does Sean Doran 34 want to know?
The bike will almost always outperform the rider. I don't understand why people would doubt that those bikes weren't capable. This makes no sense to me. I guess I'm the only one. On the video was conquering the Big Bear Run hard route.
Are you doing that next year with these guys? I told you to go do that.
Yeah, you should.
Remember I told you to go do that with these guys?
Wasn't it?
We had a
on the
bike for
TTR.
you. We were gonna get you a Yamaha or something like that.
Oh.
A TTR. You had an excuse. You couldn't go do it.
I
You don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Trevor says this is the most popular video on our channel. Like, look, here's another comment. Oh, that's what we'll get you. We'll get you to TW200.
I would really not like that.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the huge wheels?
Yes.
That's a horror. Hey, so people ask me, like, what's it like to ride one of those things? And it's just so awkward because you'd be blown away by how much sidewall traction those things get. And you're so used to having a thin tire that kind of finds the bottom of ruts and stuff or doesn't touch the sides of off cambers. When you get on one of those things, they want to track in and out of ruts like it's nobody's business. They're really, really strange. It's awkward. So
Fan or no?
No, not a fan. Have you seen those guys that convert? They make the Fat Cat style bikes. They put on new KTM's and on
they like
CR,
basically three-wheeler front tires.
CR450s. Yeah, they put 3-wheeler front tires and rear tires on them, and they're wide and they're all like. I have no idea. That's
maybe good for I don't know.
The dunes.
Yeah, I mean, not to go fast in.
No. Maybe so you don't sink.
Yeah.
What is JV Javance Javazoit? How do you say that?
I think it's JV Sony T.
JV Sony
T. Okay.
555. This is the vibe I like.
So at 5 minutes and 55 seconds,
okay.
That's the vibe he likes. Good.
Sweet.
Enjoy the vibe.
I don't know what we're talking about, but should we figure it out? Let's figure out what's going on at 5:55. We're gonna watch
Hyundai Kona versus Chevy
Oh,
Trax.
jeez. Now
what
ads are
Kona
going on my
has
thing.
and what Trax.
They're putting ads on the internet, so I'm skipping the ads. So 5:55. Let's figure out what's going on here. 5. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, it's
Is that him?
Do you think we'll make the finish?
No,
the
it's
hard
Chris.
tomorrow? Yes.
That's Chris Real.
How do you think we'll finish?
It's not a race.
How do you think we'll finish?
What he's talking about.
30? How about put?
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's going on.
I think we just found Chris Real's
You'll get your money.
fake internet
So
profile.
That could be.
Dude, he's just whatever.
Who knows? Yeah. So I actually, if I was smarter, I could put this on the screens, but
all they
I
get.
think we just found out. His side action.
Okay, what does Mike Kamet say?
Well, let's actually dive into this video problem that we just had.
Okay.
So our listeners just heard it while we couldn't hear it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we could see it while they couldn't see it. So that
So
was
you're
a
saying
pretty
this show
fair,
sucks.
Doing all the
It was a
thinking
pretty
over there
fair.
with your big brain.
Watch this.
change.
You want to see me do some magic here? Hold on
Sure.
a second here. Let's
Doing
see.
all your thinking.
Web screen. You just
Whatnot.
watch out here. I'm gonna make this show even better. And then let me see if it can. Let's see if I can go to properties here. If it looks like the screen's black right now, it's because it is. But I'm doing some stuff. If I can go here, if I go, let's see here, and then I go. Let's see if it's showing this one. Hold on. I'll select it. There, and then watch this.
Oh.
You watch me. Now we're gonna have to watch another commercial. No, we're not. Hopefully not.
How do you
This-
think we'll finish?
Look.
30? How about put?
Okay, here's the other side of this.
See, I get to
You're
hear
the
it now
only
'cause I'm
one that
with-
can hear it.
Yeah.
Well, they can, but not.
This is 5:55.
It's Chris.
Let's see. let's see, exactly at 5:55. Here's 5:50.
We'll touch on some of these things and keep them going and have some fun.
Do you think we'll make the finish the hard way tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, how do you think we'll finish?
It's not a race.
How do you think we'll finish?
Oh, there.
30?
It's not a race.
Dirty.
He says it's not a race.
That tire won't be new.
Nope.
That's the thing
That's
that
the vibe. Cool. I agree.
Get your money.
that's the thing that Trevor.
Racing can, take a lot of fun out of
It's a
stuff.
dual sport ride. It's a dual sport ride, and they finished 9th, 8th, and 9th in a dual sport
Wait,
ride.
is it a race or not?
No,
Then how do you have a finish place?
I don't know. This is a weird thing. If it was a race, they should make it a race,
Well,
but it's a dual sport ride. Let's
is,
have
this is this to cut through red tape or whatever?
Let's have another one of these. No, it's really not a race. It's just a dual
Then
sport
how do
ride.
you have a
But
finishing
guys,
place?
here,
I
watch
think
the
just Trevor
watch
counted
the-
how many
just
people
watch the
came in
beginning
front
Right,
of
he
him.
was the ninth guy to do it.
watch the beginning of this ride here. I'll find the screen here where they go, but it doesn't show it in this one. They were conquering the Big Bear Dual Sport ride. Oh, here it is. I'll put this back on that. So let me go back a little bit when they're doing this here. Like they're driving down the highway, and guys are passing them off the
they're
side.
getting mobbed, yeah.
Yeah,
They're going to get
like-
beat up right there.
Like,
yeah, they're
it's-
going to get beat
It's
right
not a
there.
race. There's a guy that passed him on the road off the side.
Yeah,
of the cliff.
ow, legs out.
So
We got
Okay.
Justin and Trevor here in the Honda pits.
that's Johnny Campbell, by the way, the one and only Johnny Campbell.
Really?
So that's Trevor's most famous video with 62,000 views. People have watched. That's why you don't bother testing like race bikes. You test dual sport bikes, and it makes it. It makes it work out. Okay, so I had some. We let's see. Let's make sure we got all of our questions answered here. Had a couple more. No, it's
I think
the
we had some in reach.
YouTube comments. I think that's it. I think that's all of the community comments we've done there. So we have some emails. We get some emails. Right here. Why don't you read this for us here? Hello, Dirt Bike Test.
Key Dunn says, "Hello, Dirt Bike Test. I hope this message finds you well. My name is Carl, and I'm reaching out on behalf of Key Dunn on Amazon store that specializes in stylish women's clothing. We've been following your fantastic content on YouTube and believe our products would be a great fit for your channel and audience."
Okay, I'm pissed off now. Does he saying that he thinks I should be wearing women's clothing?
I think he's trying to reach out to the women of dirt bikes.
The women of dirt bikes?
Yes.
Okay.
We think your style and creativity align perfectly with our brand, and we love to collaborate with you. Our outfits would look amazing in your videos.
So he's saying right there, he's saying that he wants me to wear women's clothes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Carl.
And we're confident your fans would love them as much as we do.
So I'm reaching out to you, the fans, because Ketone says, Carl, that's Carl, by the way, he's looking forward to hear from me. Carl would like me to be wearing women's clothes in my videos on Dirt Bike Test. And he says it's because the fans, which means you, want to see me wearing these clothes.
It's...
Am I right in assuming this is...
I think it would be more
I think you look your credit card.
I think
He says he's confident your fans would love them as much as we do, which is the outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we look and see what they look like? He's giving me Amazon link.
don't click
It wants to know if I'm a robot.
I wouldn't click on that too much.
Oh, Carl, man, you underestimate us. Hold on. What does Candace want it? Oh, it's Craig, actually.
This is Craig from Pond Pace. We kindly request a collaboration.
Oh, collaboration. I'm all about collaborations.
Collab.
Our company focuses on development of bamboo electric toothbrush replacement heads. Here
Fits right in the dirt bike zone.
are the info about this campaign.
Okay, so if you're interested in electronic bamboo toothpaste replacement heads, you've come to the right place. This is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
And there they are in all their glory.
Yeah.
They actually work with a lot of different toothbrushes.
But you can't beat the
The
prices.
bamboo ones?
Yeah, it says it right there.
Oh.
Works with a whole bunch of ones.
Well, of course. So if you want to know about electronic toothbrushes, email me, and I'll pass along the info and a virus that'll go along to your account, however this works. Let's see. There was one good piece of news. I don't want to read this out loud, but like, this is good. This is a really good email. That one there. Hey, the Dust Moto. We're supposedly we're going to be getting a Dust Moto pretty soon. Here we go.
Dust Moto? Oh, those guys, e-bike guys.
It's the wrong one here. Here we go. This is from Bill Yonke.
Okay. Happy holidays, Jimmy. I've viewed and read a lot of your content, and it's so much appreciated. One thing that
you can actually just say it like what he meant, not
appreciated.
The typos. Yeah. Remember when Logan couldn't read?
Oh, dude, we've come a long ways.
Yeah, he's come a long ways. The reading has improved. Actually, he actually
Doors have taught him more about reading than school.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing that I've picked up on is that you mentioned that Yamaha supports your channel, and that is why I'm reaching out to you to see if you have or can acquire information on the WR. Actually, only one question. Is there or will there be a competition ECU for this model, as it comes with 2 maps, but there is no adjustment for them, assume because the emission regulations. Wondering if it's better to have Vortex tune or use a FX ECU. Thanks for your support. Hope to attend one of your ride camps in 2025.
I hope I can do ride camps in 2025. Insurance is preventing us from doing this at the moment. So here's the answer is yes, I can reach out, and on behalf of Yamaha, I'm going to answer your question because they are a great sponsor of the show. In fact, my wife rode an awesome WR250 today that she said nothing but mean things about, and the bike her feelings were hurt, but it's okay. I think the bike it did its mission. It got her on the trail ride through everything. It has a competition ECU in it, which is an accessory you can buy from Yamaha. So here's what you need to do, Bill. Yes, they make a competition ECU, and when you do that, you've now made the bike non-EPA compliant because you're only going to ride it on closed courses like we're on today, and riding on trails and doing all the stuff. And it allows you to use the Yamaha Power Tuner app, which I use today. I'm actually going to hold up my phone here and show you. I could show you the awesome map I beamed into her phone like it was Star Trek.
Was she on a 450 or 250?
That was a 250. So I have my Yamaha Power Tuner app, and with the competition ECU and the Wi-Fi unit, you can. I got to move this bottle out of the way. Here, why don't you do something with that one for us too? So this is the Power Tuner app, and this is the map that I sent. And you look at. Remember how she said that there was too much throttle response?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, no, she was snappy.
Yeah, look at the map I made for that thing. It's way rich on the fuel and way, retarded. Can I say retarded?
No.
I super retarded the ignition.
Whoa.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's a gnarly map. I mean, gnarly and.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, so
that should be a pretty low power map, right?
Well, here's what I think, because it adds a lot of fuel and it takes out a lot of ignition.
Yeah.
And I think I took out too much ignition and it actually made it hit.
Gotcha.
It actually, it almost
Made
gave it a
hand
bog,
go a
and then came on. So
bog's not the right word, but I know.
So I'd like to blame myself because the Yamaha, they are a sponsor of the show, but they make absolutely perfect bikes, and there's no way that my wife cannot like that motorcycle. I don't want her riding the orange ones. I want to be me and her. We want to be on Blue Crew together.
Teammates.
Teammates. I don't want her to be riding one of the orange ones, unless KTM wants to sponsor the show, and then you can sponsor. Actually, KTM, you can sponsor. I don't know. You don't have any money. You're like 300 billion or whatever, 3 billion in debt. But if you want to, pass a little bit of advertising revenue over this way, we're very inexpensive. Actually, any company that wants to sponsor the show, you can help support us delivering this kind of information, and then I'll let my wife ride, your products or another one. You don't have to be associated with me at all. How's that? That's probably better because she's really nice. So
good person, a good rider too.
So yes, do not buy a Vortex or another one, and don't use the FX ECU. And here's the reason you don't use the FX ECU is because it doesn't have the controls for the lights in it. It's because originally I did some of the testing on the maps with an FX ECU because it's exactly the same, other than it can't control the lights. And on the older FXs when we did this, it didn't have the controls for the fan. So because inside the motor, when you mechanically talk about the motor, the cams, the piston, all the stuff like that, the stuff that's actually burning gas and shooting gas in there and where gas is coming out, it's all kind of the same as a YZ. And that's what makes that Yamaha so potent, and that's why it is kind of a little bit more of a race bike, even though it's packaged as a WR. So with that competition ECU kit, it also gets rid of the throttle stop, and I think there's instructions on how to take the restriction out of the intake and how to take the smallest pea shooter snorkel out of the.
Interesting.
That's
pretty cool. Is that the GYTR or just?
Is it? GYTR. Yep. Yeah. Email me if you want. I have the part numbers for that stuff if you want to do that. By the way, look at Mike Kamet. Barm made a knobby with knobs to the rim. Great for getting out of ruts. Never thought of the weight in the 70s. I've seen those. I've seen tires like that had.
I never heard of them.
It's a like a Czech, or I think, or it's an Eastern European tire company.
Gotcha.
And I
think
think
interesting, I suppose.
Yeah, they used to have ones that just like they literally wrapped all the way. Yeah, the knobbies wrapped all the way around. In the old, and there was even a time when in the ISD and stuff where you had to have a certain amount of closed block. It was a limited height knob.
They still run limited heights, I think.
Yeah, and there's thing. So the trick was to close up the sidewalls. And then you could have a more open spacing in the middle, which worked great until you got over to where that sidewall was. But weight is an issue with that kind of stuff. The CRF KLX video was epic. Nice work, Logan. Ron says. Jimmy in a skirt, and Tony would be excited about that. That's kind of strange. And Don't says,
I wouldn't recommend a 300L to my enemy. I had one.
That's mean. I mean, it's not a Yamaha, but people can ride Hondas. They're okay.
That's it.
Cowie. 300L? I think he's talking about CRF 300.
Remember the last guy?
KLX 300.
One of those, Logan, riding one.
That was a 250.
I think it was a 300.
What was this?
Oh, we were out riding in the desert the other day, and it was like 85 degrees, just a nice. And this guy's like, we're in the middle of nowhere, like always, right? And he comes up, and he's like, bump into him, and he's wearing an ugly sweater, and he's like dying. He's like, yeah, I want to do an ugly sweater ride. I'm like, but go ahead and take it off, man. I'm dying here. He's on that bike. I just laughed. I'm like, dude, nobody. This isn't like wearing it to a party, man.
He's out riding in the middle of the desert.
Right in the middle of the desert, wearing an ugly sweater. Like that's a thing that people do at parties and
just enjoying his own world.
Yeah, it was kind of he could ride. He was a good rider. All that. It was just weird that I'm like, well, you should just give it up because really nobody but the turtles out here can see that.
Oh,
and they're kind of sleeping right now too.
Huh. The things you do when you're riding your CRF 300L.
That's a 300L guy, right? And he could ride, man.
Maybe Trevor needs to wear an ugly sweater next year when he does his little race.
He's like, he was pouring sweat. He's like, I hate this sweater. I'm like, this is the dumbest idea. I'm like, nobody's gonna know if you take it off. You're literally in the middle of nowhere.
And I'm not sure why Ron is going to have nightmares. But speaking of nightmares, it's time for Rooster Endo.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to take an ad break, but I don't think we would just power through this thing because everybody's waiting for it to be. It's 8:30, so when it's 9 o'clock here, it's New Year's someplace else, East Coast.
So
It's getting there close.
I wonder where our friends from Australia are. They're usually chiming in here, and it's already New Year's there.
Probably.
And most of Europe is already there.
It's already tomorrow there.
And then but the people in Canada,
That's how you know you're alive today.
all of our friends in Canada, since they're underground, they're not really going to know when New Year's actually happens because the clocks don't work underground. I heard up there. Yeah.
It's almost 3:00 p.m.
in Australia.
Yeah, it was
Tomorrow.
New Year's yesterday.
Yeah, they're already recovered from their hangovers.
Yeah, they're
right.
at it.
Okay, like I'm gonna be at the bar at 6
They got
o'clock
New Year's
tomorrow
in the
morning.
summer there, don't they? That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, New Year's happens in the summer. Yeah, so Ron is scared about me in a skirt. Yeah. How do you know that's not what I'm wearing right now, Logan? Can you confirm or deny? Am I wearing some of that clothing that the lady was talking about?
All I can say is that he has some weird shoes. Shoes that I would never have guessed Jimmy to wear.
Oh, they're camouflage slippers.
Yes.
Yeah, with with furry things on them. They're
Yep.
really nice. If they had furry around the collar, it'd be really good. These are super comfy. It's the only thing that's on my body right now that's not Climb. I'm literally wearing Climb underwear. Okay, that's how far it goes. But no Climb skirt. But if that company wants to offer, hundreds of thousands of dollars to sponsor this illustrious podcast with 29 million people viewing it live right now, it's okay. We're worth it. So we had Rooster Endo. That's what I said we were gonna do. Okay. Hold on. There's some buttons I have to push to make this happen. Rooster Endo right here. It looks like a black screen, but this is Mike Cox's bike right here.
Mike Cox.
There we go. Mike Cox.
Okay, that's not a real name.
So much easier than the last time I did this.
That's not a real name.
What, the fact that it goes up on the screen like that?
Yeah, no, you used to have to go through files and...
Because you know who did it, right? Remember that guy who used to be here?
I do.
Like, there's a real easy way to do stuff, and then there's the Matt way.
I got an off-air story for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was... So anyways, so I think the reason that Mike Cox has been trying to get this bike submitted every single time is so that we say his name.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got to go to the other email over here and figure out where I can't get my cursor to come off the screen. There we go. And I got to find the email.
Sweet. Where's he riding at? Is that Moab or what?
Yeah, it looks kind of Moab-ish. It's but he's sent this in. What do we look at, Logan? Like 7 or 8 times?
No, I think he sent in a couple other things.
So it's Michael Cox.
Questions, but...
And he says it's built as a single-track bike for forest roads, 2-track, and single-track in the Pacific Northwest. That's not the Pacific Northwest.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Wile E. Coyote country right there.
Yeah. My favorite place to ride is Moab, Utah. So that's where he's at.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I nailed that.
He says it's not for sale, and it has some stuff on it. And then he gave us a list. And for some reason, I kind of feel that we put this on a previous show, but I can't remember. So if you think you've seen this bike, and since I'm going to search his email right now, and I know that, okay, so here we go. How many emails have we...
Oh, yeah, he's definitely
trying.
trying.
Okay, he started back in...
Not for sale, not for sale.
4/11 of 2023. And let's see, we got some in January, we got some in February. Disqualified.
He kid.
I think...
But can we talk of his bike, Rooster Endo, though?
It's how many times...
Yeah.
How many times can you submit the same bike? I don't know. I guess you can submit it a lot of times. But
what do you not like about that bike, though? Aluminum skid plate?
Let's see. What do I know? What do I not like about this bike? Other than I probably have like 20 megs of his photos in my inbox, clogging up my inbox. Let's see. I don't like the tires. I don't know why.
I don't either.
I'm not sure what kind of tires those are. I'm actually looking at another thing. They don't look.
They got
that
like
good.
a trials tire pattern. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I'm not a big aluminum skid plate fan.
Yeah.
I don't like fender bags on the front fender.
Oh no, I hate that.
And and then he's got, we call that the disrespectful turn of the front wheel, when you turn the front wheel away. I don't know what.
No, I get you. It makes the forks look like they're like on a pit bike forks or something to me.
Yeah.
Or like a scooter. I don't know.
Yeah,
when you turn the bars that way.
That's not the way you don't shoot photos of bikes like that. You'll never see that like in a magazine or a professional operation.
No. Yeah, I'm with you. It makes the bike look too abrupt.
At least the sun is to his back.
Yeah, I like that.
The only way he could make that worse if he actually stood and put his own shadow into it. But yeah, he's Mike Cox. Thank you for submitting this bike multiple times. Maybe he doesn't watch the show live. If you were in the chat live, then
What's he got on the rear fender there? Not on the top of it.
I think it's a plate.
Yeah, it's a license plate turned sideways.
Oh, on the top, like almost where your butt would hit if you're going down the hill.
Oh, what are those? Is it some kind of a? Well, let's see if I can.
His corner coach.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm zooming in on the photo that we have on the screen in here, but it looks like some sort of an attachment plate for something.
Maybe like a drone or something sitting there. I don't know.
That's where his camera goes.
Whatever. It don't need to be there. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Whatever it is, you don't need that.
Yeah, we're checking the bike out, or we're zooming in. Let's see if I can. Let's see. I don't know if I can. It's harder to zoom in. So on this one, you know how you could do this. Mm-hmm. Remember moving that thing around? But yeah, we were gooning out on the bike. But yeah, I don't think Mike's in the chat because he's obviously submitting this bike and not knowing that it's getting actually.
Why don't you like fender bags? Does it just kind of feel like it takes over the steering, right?
Yeah, he said Jerry hates this bike. You hated this bike a few weeks ago, and so did Jerry. Thank you, Chris. I have a hard time remembering things. So okay, so that one doesn't win.
Goodbye.
So next is this one. Here we go. Boom.
Let's go there
Shoot. Okay, that's leftover COVID. I have information on this bike someplace. Okay, I have to get rid of that photo. I have to go to my inbox, and it's Husky Holler. That's his email.
Love it.
Logan, what does he say about his bike? Eric Hermstead.
Here's a list of products that I have bought because you recommended them on your show. It's a 2018.
Okay, to all potential sponsors, would you read that again one more time, Logan?
Here's a list of products I have bought because you recommended them on your show.
Exactly. So he bought them because I recommended them. Yep. Okay, go ahead. Let's have that.
It's a 2018 Husqvarna FE 350 with 8,000 miles and 340 hours.
Boom, baby.
Yeah, well used.
Love it.
The products that he bought because of Jimmy was the bulletproof design rear disc guard, Scott stabilizer, Kenda tires, Trailtech Voyager Pro, seat concepts, double take mirrors, even on his e-bike, Rock Eco
foam filter oil.
Okay. DDC sprockets, IMS tank, JD jetting tuner, Nitro Moose, Climb, and many items from Moto.
Yeah. So good. Thank you very much. Like, thank you for doing saying that and supporting the show and stuff like that.
Here's
I want to know what
question for him is. This guy got 8,000 miles on this bike. He uses his bike.
Yeah.
How are all those parts and stuff hanging?
He's not complaining about him.
No, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be nice to.
What does his bike
This
have?
is the type of guy you need to put good stuff on your bike. He
Okay,
uses it.
he's already made it. He's lying because his bike doesn't have any climb on it. I don't see his bike in climb. So I've already caught one thing there. I don't see any. It's like I don't see it wearing climb socks. I don't see it wearing climb mid layers like I am right now. That's why I'm so warm. That bike's probably pretty cold right there. It's probably shaking in its shoes. But yeah, and the good thing is that he says he had a tire brand that I used to be familiar with, but I'm looking closely at these tires, and I'm seeing something different, which is there's nothing wrong because I think the tires that I'm seeing, I think those might be the tires that I'll be running pretty soon. But hold on, I got to make this damn thing, get this thing. Here we go. There's the thing I want. There's a lot of stuff going on.
How about his riding
That
spot?
could be
That's
that could be the right one, but that's not. That looks like the. Let's see if we can zoom it out a little bit more and get a
Is that a Michelin?
better view. It looks like a Michelin or the Pirelli mids. Yeah. Oh no, Shinko. Yeah.
Busted, but I still.
Well,
love your bike.
it looks the Shinko is almost exactly, if not exactly, like the shape of the Michelin.
Yeah.
So, okay. Keep going with the list, Logan. Or is that the whole list?
That's the whole list on
That's
that
the
bike.
whole list. So the question is, does this bike? Well, the other bike ended, by the way. Even though we disqualified it, which is a pure endo. I'm trying to make this thing fit on the screen here. There we go.
Dude.
There we go. Does this bike Rooster Endo? You know, I've never been a big fan of the Huskies, the way that they look. The shapes that they put on the bike, and I don't know why. And then with that logo, it just doesn't seem like it works. I'm loving this bike for just the hours and use and
the parts,
all the stuff. Yeah, it's just.
I don't see really anything on there that is like, what was that there?
Extra stuff that's like junk.
Yeah,
just
I don't
food.
see any of that.
Yeah, it all has a purpose and a need.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to give this guy a roost.
I'm roosting on that bike big
It's
time.
ugly. It's an ugly bike, but the thing is that when he's riding it, he doesn't have to look at it.
I was gonna say I don't know. I never noticed, but I've never seen a husky. And although let's face it, them huskies that you do got some Husabergs out there that kind of got some of those stylings that a husky has.
Oh, well, I didn't do that. Somebody else did that. But that looks like That looks like a fun place to ride.
Somebody else. Yeah.
What's he riding?
No, that looks like a great.
What's behind? Is that a Beta?
That's an old Beta, yeah.
He's riding with a guy with an old Beta, and then also another guy with a KTM back there.
KTM over there, yeah.
Yeah. So Eric, your bike roosts.
Totally roosts.
But here's the funny thing is, and let's see.
He rides the shit out of it. That's
Crispy,
nice.
how about the helmet for the climb? Okay, wait a minute. It's a good catch, Chris.
Dang it.
That doesn't look like a climb helmet, does it?
No.
Oh, no, it does not look like I don't think it's a climb helmet.
I don't know what it is though.
Let me see. We're gonna zoom in here and check that thing out. Ooh.
I just found a room in this house that has one of every climb helmet ever made. We could go walk.
I need him. I need him for photo modeling.
Okay.
That does not look like a climb helmet. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's second lie. Well, the whole thing about the climb, he's talking about his gear, evidently. Yeah. So, a lot of people don't send us. They don't send us pictures of them hamming it up with the bikes. For a while there, we were trying. Matt was telling me he's like, you need to get more girls to send in pictures with their bike. Yeah, he's back on the dating scene.
No, I say yes. Matt was always that guy.
So Eric, this bike roost, and he does clarify. He says, I've won Rooster Endo before, but I only won it for following directions.
Damn these smart guys.
Yeah.
Eric's one of them smart
So I'm gonna give it a roost.
Totes.
But here's the interesting thing.
I think
Here's the interesting thing. He sent in something else.
I was gonna say.
He sent this in here. Oh, it does.
I rode one of these not too long ago.
A Ducati Scrambler.
I did.
So this is Eric's Ducati Scrambler, which he rolled. See his house up in the background? He just rolled it down the hill from his house and put it out in the dirt to show us what this thing looks like. But he also sent a list in for this sucker as well, because I don't know if that Husky's won Rooster Endo before. It may have, but this one definitely hasn't won Rooster Endo. And here's his latest project, a 2016 Ducati.
Not as easy as it seems.
What, reading?
Yeah.
I know. Jeez. 803. It was a theft recovery bike bought in an auction. Even better. And what did he put on it?
Crash bars, bigger pegs, handlebars, foam pro grips, skid plate, knobby tires, handguards, a windshield, and he needs double take mirrors.
Okay, so notice how there's no name brands on that list.
Mm-mm.
They're not our sponsors.
No.
He's keeping it. He's trying to keep it clean. He's trying to.
Yeah.
He's trying.
Have you ridden this bike before?
Have I ridden one?
Yeah.
I think I've ridden one at some point or another. The motor is a really neat motor.
It is a. I mean, it's
yeah,
a D-twin. You know it.
Yeah, it's noisy and it has character.
Just like it's got some.
Yeah, he's got the same saddlebags on this one as he does on his Husky.
I agree. Yeah.
He's sharing parts.
What is this bike for?
It does need double take mirrors because those mirrors are just atrocities. They're ugly. What is it for?
I was bouncing back and forth between this and my Tenere one day for like, we went on a couple 100-mile ride. And I don't know what you would ever do with that thing.
No, because you don't want to ride it on the dirt, and it's not that great on the street.
Yeah.
It's a bike you just want.
But it would be fun, like in a real urban area.
It'd be fun to.
I mean, that thing zips.
That'd be fun on a flat track.
That for sure. I mean, you'd have to be a lot better flat tracker guy than me, but.
Oh, you're gonna get hurt if you do something.
Oh, you're gonna yard yourself with that thing, but.
So
it
Eric
does have a lot of power. That is an 800cc bike.
That bike, freaking roosts.
They're the coolest looking thing. They're Ducatis, man.
Yeah, it's completely
closest thing to a Ferrari you're gonna see.
Just like motorcycles, probably completely useless. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
he kept all of his.
Don't have to really be all that.
Kept all of his sponsors. I'm gonna see if I can get you some double take mirrors. If you Eric, if you send me an email, I'll see if I can. Sling you a hookup on that, but you are winning Takamoto's. I forgot to mention this is brought to you by Takamoto.
Yeah,
Takamoto.co. You can for any of those bikes, you can get something good. You win. You're the winner of Takamoto's Rooster Endo. I'm breaking my own rules because you've won before, but that's and I'm actually gonna send the email out right now because Logan's gonna carry the rest of the show here.
The rules for Rooster Endo have changed big time.
Why is that?
You used to get so mad at people sending in twice, and you just had two people send in twice.
Well, but he sent me a new bike.
I guess.
Yeah.
But
remember, it's a podcast show where you have to keep talking.
I'm trying to find something.
I'm trying to type.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sending him an email, and I'm telling him something that he needs to do because I said it's like that was awesome. Sorry for the spelling. What? So which guy was this?
He's an ECU guy.
Oh,
he was thinking about putting an FX ECU.
He didn't go into the chat. He went straight to email. He's watched the show.
Yeah.
He went straight back to emailing me, and so he's already done all the stuff. Yeah, I'll go in and get those part numbers. Did he tell me the year? Are you telling me the year of this 2025? Yeah, so it's the same as mine.
Yeah.
New bike.
Wow. I hope Yamaha's still selling the competition ECUs. I know, but if they aren't, I know that you can use the one on the. Well, the 25 WR is all new.
Is it?
It's like it's the new body style and everything. So the one I was riding today. Be careful touching that thing because it makes noises in the headphones.
Well, there's some weird contraption on it.
It's the balance. It's the hover it so there's no frequencies getting into it.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna have to talk. I will have to check to see if, because a lot of times with the 2025s, the new models, because that's brand new. I can hear it because I'm wearing the headphones. It takes Yamaha a little while to get those competition ECUs in, but I don't see why they wouldn't do it because they've been doing it forever. So there we go. I will do some research. So now that I have the email, I can follow up on this. But anyways, we are an hour and 45 minutes closer to New Year's.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for joining in. If you have any other questions, let us know. No double take mirrors either. Let's see. Chris is talking about the bike that we hated. The Duck Fire Rotor. Yeah.
The Duck. Okay.
The
yeah,
Fire Rotor.
I mean, it was a fun bike. It just.
It would be great on fire roads with no bumps. I think just that the spikes that are that heavy and that low kind of suspension, it's good for kind of like sliding, doing that flat tracky thing.
Yeah.
But bumps.
Yeah, we got too many of those out here a while ago.
Yeah.
Even the smooth roads got bumps here.
And then if you're on one of those roads that's like all, nice GG and good, and then you go into sand, probably not great either.
Oh, no. No, it's not good.
It might
hit some sand, and that's
might give you a little bit of a shimmy.
It didn't even have knobbies on it. It had whatever.
But anyways, yeah, thanks. Everybody for joining in. One more time, a quick list off of our sponsors. Of course, Takamoto. That's takamoto.co. Go there if you need stuff, especially for your emissions compliant bikes. You want to get them a little bit more racy. They have a really good breakdown on the different things you can do to them and why you might want to do it. And coming soon, they're going to be able to flash your stock ECU.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is something I've been talking to them about. I'd like to, I would like, because I want to start with a stock ECU and program off of that. I don't just want to swap out another one, because I'm usually pretty happy with how the stock stuff works. Kind of like a Yamaha. Not that they're a sponsor of our show, but you have the Power Tuner app. You get to start at stock, and then you can slowly modify off of that. And so the problem is when you get a whole different ECU, it's like, okay, they just made it, quote, better. Well, kind of where I always really concentrate on is like low throttle openings and kind of drivability and stuff where a dyno doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since the dyno doesn't work, they don't tune it there, and I don't even know where they start with there. And it always, when it goes from there and then it comes on, it's always a bit of an issue. So I'm never starting with kind of a zero. You swap it on, and it's like, yeah, this is really good from there up to here, but what about here, where I ride most of the time?
Yeah,
and I want it to work better there, and they're like, well, what are you doing there? It's like, that's where I'm riding. And so, when you start with stock, then you can start there, and then you can tinker with that stuff, or you can leave that stuff alone, and then you can work on the part the way you want to work on it. So, that's where I'm at. And then even with these ones, evidently, I'm hearing you can also do some of this stuff where you can increase the RPM rev limit, which is a big deal on especially emissions compliant bikes, because that's how they limit them. Is by cutting the rev limit. The peak horsepower is the lower RPM, so then the sound test is done at a different RPM. So good on that. So thank you everybody. Yamaha, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Bulletproof Designs, Double Take Mirrors, and Logan. Showing back up.
Yep.
You gonna come back in more? When are you moving back out to Pahrump? I heard a rumor.
Huge rumor.
Huge rumor. You want to move back out to Pahrump?
It was an option.
Right. Is an option? Okay. Because then we could do Tech Talk every Tuesday night. Me and you be hanging out here. I'll be wearing women's clothes.
Yeah.
You can read. Yeah. Be just like the old times. So with that, everybody, I want to thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Tell a friend. Yeah, share this thing. We wanted it to go up to 28 million more views than in the past. Have a happy New Year's. We are sure going to have a happy New Year's. When I get back from Mexico, I'm going to actually try to get my shit together. Not that it's not together now, but it might actually get better. And thanks to Trevor for not calling in and disabling his phone and not answering Logan's questions. Do you have any more questions about your GasGas? That was it.
The quick shift.
Oh, you don't want that.
Why is that?
It has it.
It has it.
No, I don't.
No, here's why you don't want it. Because it. So I've used it. The only one that I've used that was good was on a Triumph, the new Triumph.
Okay.
And if you're riding along and you touch your shifter, and maybe you never touch your shifter, but I touch my shifter a lot, it does rough cut.
So is that what it does? Is it chops chops the throttle
when
for you?
When it feels it move, it chops the throttle, so it unloads the weight on the transmission,
Gotcha.
and then it'll shift. I mean, some people like it and some people don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I've never had a problem shifting. I mean, there was old KTM's that had undercut gears. That for sure, I had. You really had to make a diligent effort.
Good.
Even on that, I don't think the quick shift would have been long enough of a gap to get it to go.
But so you don't like it because the accidental bumping of the shifter and somebody's got your throttle that you don't.
Yeah, and so I've been like coming out of a turn on a motocross track, and I've tapped the shifter when I didn't want to.
Totally
And I'm trying to jump over something, and it and sometimes you tap it, and because it does do that, the bike shifts. Like I didn't really want to shift, and so I don't know. I don't think it's a show. To me, road racing for sure. That's showroom bounce is my opinion on a quick shifter. So, but
showroom what?
Showroom bounce.
Bounce.
Yeah, well, it's like when you go in the showroom, you want to touch something, and same thing like seat heights. Like that's why bikes have low seat heights because you go in the showroom, you plop your legs over, and you put your feet down. It's
makes you feel like you could ride it good.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah, all this stuff. Okay, that's it. We're quitting. End of the show.
Goodbye.